assess every stone. So can you see how there's enough metal to push over and catch the hips of the stone? Any more and you'd lose the beauty of the stone, any less and you might not be able to get it in fully. Just a little bit. And this is to help you set it, because particularly when you start working in gold, it's very, very hard to push over. So just a little bit like that. Can you see how I've just taken off that top little? So that angle. Now the best, buff that up a little bit to remove the scratches that I put in with the file. Now the next bit is ever so important, and it's the bit that everybody forgets to do. That top edge, see how raggy it is? That's going to reflect off the stone. So just get a piece of your emery again, upturn your setting. You're not going to be taking any metal away, you're just polishing, and just rub until you can see that it's completely level and no raggedy bits. Okay, now then, if you were setting this onto a heart-shaped backplate, you would put masking tape at least 2 layers all around your setting, because you're going to be applying quite a bit of force with a piece of steel. Okay, and it's terribly easy to slip because you're balancing on the top of the bezel, and I slip quite regularly. With this we don't need to, so I'm going to pop it into the vise so I know it's nice and secure. And I'm going to grip it, but not very tight. And I'm just looking in there, there's a little raggedy bit from where I've been filing. I have to say, you've done a lovely job on this. Right, the moment of truth, in goes the stone. And that, you've done a really belting job on that, that's very good. It's not rocking about, but I'm not having to push the stone in. So setting tools, 2 main weapons. These are the ones we've got in the cupboard. They're called bezel rockers. This is a bezel pusher. I use this more for faceted stones, but also it's very handy with these stones, and it's a matter of trying both to see which one you like best. Now, I know your steel tools should normally be polished, but because you want to grip onto the edge of the metal, just get a bit of your 1200 and rub that along there. So if you imagine this as a clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I'm going to go in at 12 o'clock and I am sitting on the wall of the bezel at that angle, and I'm going to very gently push. And the trick to getting a nicely set stone is little and often. So can you see that edge has just turned in a little bit? So then I'm going to go round to 6 o'clock and I'm going to just push. Just a little bit. It is difficult because sometimes you slip, sometimes the metal's a bit too thick, and you push it in and you can get pleats and then they're difficult to get out. So now 3 o'clock again, just a gentle. Can you see how it's just starting to fold in a little bit? And then round to 9 o'clock. I'm terribly right-handed, I struggle with this. I normally end up sitting on the benches at this point. Because at home, because I set a lot of stones, I invested in a good spinning vise. I think it's called a parrot vise or something. Right, so here we go. So we've done 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Then go in between, so sort of 7 minutes past. Say 27:02. about 8 minutes too. And can you see it's sort of starting to concertina in, but it's not pretty. Then go to where you can see that it's gapping. Can you see all right there, Angela? There, that's got that in.
Always do opposites.
Always do opposites at this point. This seems to have got stuck. It used to... Oh, hang on, we're moving. There. So I'm going to have to brace the vice again. That'll be... Sorry, Angela, I'm...
Right.
And just gently wiggle, like that. And then just go around. So I'm actually sitting this on top of the bezel wall, I'm not on the stone. And there's no use being impatient with this. It should take you about 20 minutes, half an hour to get this done nicely. Where people go wrong is they use too much solder on their bezel wall when they've joined it, and you get a thick lump, and that doesn't go over as neatly as the rest of it. Right, now I'm not wanting to take this over, so you come and do it, and then I'll switch.